Hey guys, welcome back. Gonna do a small repair on the CLK today. Uh, Nothing major, but basically I'm gonna replace the HVAC controls. And the reason is because I have one of these buttons that just popped off or broke off. I don't know what the hell happened. All I know is when I popped it back in, it doesn't work anymore. Basically, I believe it's the passenger. I'll show you better when I get in the car, but it's the passenger temperature control. So it has dual zone heating and cooling, and the one on the passenger side is the one that broke off. But when you rotate the button, it no longer has those little clicks. It's just spinning, and it spins. And I don't think it's accurate. Like, I don't know what actual temperature it's set to, because the CLK does not have a temperature readout for both the driver and the passenger. It's more of an analog system, whereas my E-Class tells me what the temperature. It has a digital readout for the temperature for the driver versus the passenger, but the CLK doesn't. In any case, let's get inside the car. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about, and this should hopefully be a pretty quick video. Very easy repair to do that you guys could do yourself if you have the same issue. So let's go. Okay guys, so we're inside the car now, and I'm just gonna kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I know you can't hear it, but let's see if you can. So I don't know if you hear those clicks, but there's definitely like a positive engagement when you turn these dials, right? Almost like a safe. I'm not saying it has the quality because this is a very cheap feeling plastic kind of buttons, but you know, you do get like a tactile sensation of, when it's engaged with all these clicks. So hopefully you can hear that. On this one, it just spins freely. So when this button, it broke off, we popped it back in. I can't even take it out now. I thought, I'm good, but look, it spins, and it spins past the between 64 and 80 is should be your range of motion, and it's spinning underneath and all that stuff. And there's no digital readout for the temperature on the passenger side, like I said before. So I don't know what I have my side at 75, and I have no idea what the one on the right is. So I'm gonna remove this. Now you can buy this piece used on eBay with the wood. I even found one that had aluminum. Must have been like maybe an AMG model or something like that. But you do not have to buy the wood, because this is only held on with 4 screws. So I'll show you that in a bit. But I found this used one. So this is from a 06 CLK320, which this car is not. This is a 05 320. But as you can see, it's identical. So I'm hoping there's no difference in this piece. I think the major difference between those two cars was just the engine, where this had the M212, I believe, engine, and the 350 had a 272, I believe. So in any case, let's take out the center console pieces here around the shifter and gain access to this. You're just gonna need some Torx, a Torx drive, and some prying tools. And I always get a towel to keep stuff from getting scuffed. So let's get started. Okay guys, we're gonna start with just a prying tool. We're gonna pry, well, we'll open the ashtray here. We're gonna pry this panel up. You might not need the prying tool. Just pull straight up like that, and then on this end you gotta slide forward like that. So and then you could pop this from the bottom. There's a connector here, or 2, for the shift lights. What I like to do is I like to pop this up straight and then maneuver this cover so that I could get it out without having to unplug all this stuff. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the key in the ignition. so I could put this in the drive so this shifter is not in the way. And hopefully, I might have to start the car to do it. And just turn it back off. It will not let you take the key out of the ignition, but that doesn't matter. So now I have some room here. The next thing to do is you get yourself a pick tool or a small screwdriver, and there are two small clips here. Hopefully you could see them, but you just pull them forward both sides, and this just comes straight out. So all you're doing is moving these tabs back. You got to do it gently so that they don't snap off. They're very fragile. And then like I said before, I always have a towel, because you don't need to unplug all these connectors. You could just move stuff out of the way and just cover it with a towel so it doesn't scuff your leather or things like that. Let me put it on this side so you guys have visibility on that side. And then there's two Torx screws under here, and I believe they're T20s. Just gonna, but they're located right underneath. That's the only thing that holds this panel in place. Yep. So just gonna undo those. And again, I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time, but hopefully you guys could see. So basically T20, and then I gotta switch it over so I can do this side. And then when I have the panel out, I'll show you exactly. All right, I'm gonna have to go check on my dog. I'll be right back. Fuck. Playing with Tucker? Playing with Tucker? Playing with Tucker? All right, sorry about that. We had a visitor, or my dog had a visitor, and he pops in once in a while, uninvited, and they play around a little bit. Anyway, so again, remove this second screw here. All right, and now move this back, swing this back to this side. This unit could just pop straight forward, I believe. Oh God. All right, I took out the wrong screws. So there's 4 screws here. 2 hold this. The 2 outermost hold this part. The 2 innermost ones hold the radio unit. So I took out the 2 innermost ones, which is very stupid. So I'm not gonna waste your time, but I'm gonna put these back in. But first, let me just take out the correct one here, and it serves me right for not. I just felt the head of the screw with my hands, and I didn't actually take a peek in there. But it's the same screw, same type of screw. It's a T20, same length, everything's the same. So that's why I just took out the wrong one. All right, so one's out. Let's do this side. When I remove this, I'm gonna show you guys a close-up so you could see exactly what's going on under here. So one thing to note is I unfortunately do not have like a shorty driver for Torx, and if you do, I recommend you use a short one. This one's kind of long, so I'm like fighting with the shifter to get access to the screw, because you have to kind of get it. They're kind of at an angle, so it makes it a little bit tough to get to. All right, here we go. Oh, see, it's already falling out. Okay. All right, so got that screw out. Let me swing this back around to my side, and there are two connectors. They're not long, so I can't really I'll show you. You know what, let me grab the camera and show you it the close-up. Okay, so let me show you a close-up of the connector here. The big connector has this lever. It's like a gray lever. What you do is you slide that down, and as you do so, it kind of ejects the connector. See that? So this, when it's in the up position, it's locked on. When it's down, it's open. And then there's a smaller little connector that one, I believe you just pull straight out. I might have to squeeze it, but let me see if I could do this with one hand. And if I can't, I'll have to put the camera down. All right, let me put the camera down to try this. Okay, so the little connector, you don't have to squeeze anything. It just plugs straight. But I wanted to make sure I didn't break any tabs. So that's where the big connector goes, and that's the little one. Those are the two only connections on this thing. So now that we have this out, we're gonna remove these two Torx and these two white or zinc plated Torx screws, and that will separate the buttons from the wood fascia. I actually just noticed that this one has a slight crack on it. I wish I had noticed that before I ordered this piece, because I probably could have ordered one with the wood already. But in any case, it's a very small detail. So let's get that two pieces separated from each other, and so that we could replace it with the new dials. Okay guys, just want to take this opportunity to show you. So the screws that you're supposed to remove are this one and this one that go in there, and I removed this one and this one here on the black piece. So it's the outermost screws that hold the HVAC controls, and you could see there, that's where the screws go, right here, and on the opposite end, same thing. So it's the outermost. Don't do what I did. I'm going to use, I believe this is also a T20. Yep. So we're just gonna remove all four. So you basically use T20 for this whole thing. Out. This is the exciting part of the video. All right, just a little bit more on this side. Come on. Okay, remove your screws. aside, get your new part. Make sure you have that oriented in the right way. There you go. You don't want to screw this on upside down. And then you just drive these back on. Couldn't get easier than that. It's important to not over tighten these because you got to remember it's this housing is plastic, so you just want to, once it's snug, it's good enough. And just finish this one. There you go. Now you're ready to get this back on. So guys, there really isn't much that's different on the installation. You obviously just need to put the connectors back in. It goes back in, and then you pull that gray lever to lock it. This guy just slides in place. Just a simple connector here. And then it's just a matter of putting back those two bolts at the bottom. So I'm gonna do a time lapse for the reinstallation. No need to kind of talk through it anymore. Let's start the car. Remember, it's in drive, so make sure you don't forget that. And then we'll test to make sure everything's working. So let's start the car. And actually, it won't start in drive. So you could actually put it in park. Start it. Actually, it needs to reset. Take the key back out. Key back in. Let's try again. There you go. I'll turn off this radio so we don't have to deal with that. Oh, I think it stayed off from the last time, so that's good. So let's see if this is working. Let's just put it at the highest setting just to see. So that's obviously working, the fan control. Let's lower it a little bit. Now let's put this on high. If I do, let's do face. So I could feel it immediately. There you go. Everything's working. And again, guys, it's easy repair. Hopefully you don't have to do it, because that was just a stupid thing. I still don't know how that happened, but the short of it is I paid $44 for this piece. I did find one for sale with the wood that was $75 or $80, something like that. And then I saw one for $100, but it had a different, it didn't have the wood, it had the brushed aluminum. So in any case, this is, I'm gonna call this done. Hopefully it was pretty straightforward, just you're switching a module for another, and definitely something you can do. The trick is just gaining access to it, but now you know how to do it. Guys, thanks again for watching this video. Hope it helps some of you. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for your support. See you next time.